Hey everyone, how you doing today? Thought I would do an update, show you what I've been working on. It's kind of a couple things actually, a few little experimentation things. Got done with that Kriel space station and wanted to have a little bit of fun doing some weird things. So to start with, I just kind of toying around with an idea of a frame structure for a future potential Scar space station. But yeah, this is just kind of early work right now. I just wanted to see, how it would look if I did like some kind of like I-beam and then have like the main parts of the base at a 45-degree angle. I'm not exactly sure. I'm trying to build some of these pieces modular as well, so I could copy and paste them. Um, Basically, I wanted to, at some point, I'm not saying I'm going to start this right away. I just kind of wanted to toy around with some ideas of, like, what could I build and how would it work out and what kind of materials do I want to use and all that kind of fun stuff. So it's just maybe some parts, especially like this frame piece. I could rotate that to the side and make different structures. And I was trying to figure out how to like attach things to the frame and like, stuff like that. But this is just nothing really right now. It's just kind of early toying around with things. So I did do this little thing, but I don't know if I'm going to complete it. This was almost going to be like a really small, pretty potent SV that I really didn't finish. I'm not sure if I'm going to, and it would have been for the Talon race and painted differently and stuff. It would be for the challenge. Maybe I'll try to jam on this and finish this, and I'm not sure yet. It's just kind of one of those random things. I just had an idea. I wanted to try it out real quick. So over here, next thing is this little guy on top of the Wayfarer here, or well, above it a little bit. I haven't textured this, but it actually is fully pretty much complete. Short of texturing and sensors and stuff like that. But this is a little storage CV. It is pretty small. It does two 320K storage. It has a lot of thrust power. I would have to see if it can handle high gravity or not, but it's running 6 of these mediums for lift. It's got 4 going forward. Maybe I'll rearrange that a little bit. But inside this, let me turn off the flashlight. Obviously, it'll look a lot different when it's all textured. It's got a lot of stuff in here. So we've got our two 320K storage bays over here. We have a shower, the main core, a Pentaxa tank. It's using a Reforged Eden small shield. It's got your health, O2, armor locker, detector, cargo box, fridge, 2 passenger seats, and your pilot seat. So it's got a kind of a lot of us just general utility function in here. It doesn't have any constructors or anything like that, but if we take a look at the specs on this one, well, it's fairly cheap. It's the hull is built with cargo extensions and steel, and then it has some carbon substrate on the inside of that. So 225-minute build time. Obviously does 640K storage. It's got a lot of lift thrust, 146, 97 forward. Maybe I'll try to balance these numbers out a little bit too. I could rearrange some thrusters a little bit on this yet. CPU wise, it's a tier 1. Sits at 199,000 CPU. So it's not really designed to upgrade much. However, like a multi-turret or something would be kind of nice on here, but that would require a basic CPU core. Now, what I did too, this is a glass row on the top of it. It's not armored glass either. I'm trying to avoid any Sathium use on this. It's got 2 generators, and then you can kind of almost see the Pentaxa tank there, the shield, and then it has a little drone hatchy thing over on the front. Now it's a super low profile, and I did that so I could get it into tight hangar spaces. So with the landing gear was a huge problem, so I had to remove the landing gear that I did have on here, and what I did is I put a single landing gear unit way on the back that comes down flush with the floor. If it didn't have that, it wouldn't allow it to dock in places. So let me go park this somewhere. Now, I also had to turn down the strafing on it. Here, I'll fly that over to this guy over here, which I started working on the POI. That's the next part of this. So we'll just try to land this somewhere in here right now. But yeah, it's this isn't the my the roll is insane on this thing, and that is problematic. You know, I got all this crap in there right now. Maybe I won't land it in there. But anyway, essentially being set up so it could land in small places. So let me get out of the seat here a minute. And yeah, we'll see. We'll see. It's something kind of for season 4. You know, like it would be similar to like one of Excalibur's clips. This one's probably a little bit bigger. It does 2 320s. Maybe he's got one like that too. I'm not sure, but it was just my idea. I always wanted to build something like that and haven't yet. So there it is. Pretty quick build. I'll probably take about a little bit of time to texture it and whatnot. So on the POI conversion here, I started doing that as well. So step 1 was to remove all the cargo extensions and controllers. That's been done. So what I'm doing now is I'm starting to figure out my path. I also put an admin core in here. And I'm using a lot of damage blocks and things too. I'm building new walls and changing the interior around a little bit. So when you first get in, normally it would go right into this this crafted section here. However, now that is blocked. So when you first enter the hangar, I'm gonna force you around a weird route here, I think. And each one of these sections, I'm trying to figure out like the pathing, and I might have to modify my light sensors too, because I hate how dark it is when you're so close. So it's gonna this area over here, I'm gonna build up kind of a fake wall going around here. That's going to allow you to get into the crafting area from that side, but I'm going to force you to first go over this way when you maybe land in the hangar if you're going to raid this place. And then it's going to force you around this corridor. I'm going to put in a switch somewhere to release that door somewhere in this immediate hangar area. And I've got a lot of missing blocks right now too. This is like, these were all cargo extensions and things like that. So I'm going to be trying to figure out what I can do in these places. So then it kind of goes down to this floor, and I'm kind of doing the same thing over here. I'm leaving some rooms intact, populate those with bad guys and things like that. I blocked this door. I blocked this main hallway going through this way right now. So I'm going to try to force you through this section here, and then again, I got a lot of missing blocks due to the cargo extensions being ripped out of here. So I got to fix all that stuff up. And then I kind of want to force you around through this room area, and then back over maybe to the center to hit a switch or something like that. And then back around and come up to the other side of the hangar, which would then loop you around kind of around this way and through into this this next room. So I'm gonna have to change this. Like the other elevator over here, I smushed so it's no longer operational, stuff like that. So I'm just kind of plotting out the course, each little area at a time. Trying to there's quite a lot of space, and since it was built on symmetry, you got kind of a right and left on so many places. So I'm trying to divide those areas up into their own thing. So it's just it just takes you around a longer journey, I guess you could say, throughout the station. So I'll keep on working on that. It's kind of fun. It really is kind of fun. Obviously, I got a lot of things to fix up in here, though. And then a lot of little hidden things too. With all those cargo extensions gone, some of these rooms that didn't have any space now do. Like, you know, for instance, what I was showing up in here, where all these blocks are removed, it actually kind of meanders around. So I'll try to take advantage of some of these spaces, at least for hidden things. Again, I didn't want this to be a confusing thing to go through, but it's, you know, if I maximize the area and space, it could be a longer journey for sure. And there's a lot of different floors to go through and cover, and you know, weird stuff all over the place. And I got to get you down to this floor at some point, and then back up and around, and eventually through the end part, which is always going to be over here, which would lead to the core. So I think what's going to happen is it's going to have you go up and kind of across, and then up, and then over to the other side, and then back down, and then around, and then down further, finally reaching the lower floor in here, which would lead you to the end of the POI, or where the core is and stuff like that. So that's kind of what I've been working on right now, is just kind of tooling around with some little things that wouldn't take very much time, like this guy over here. Now I have still yet to play around with like SVs and the new Reforged Eden parts. I kind of wanted to do that a little bit on some of this stuff, but I decided that it'd be kind of handy to have like some kind of small storage CV. Basically, if you go take a combat vessel or on foot or however you do it, take down a POI, and now you want to go there and salvage the POI and then store all that salvage stuff somewhere. This is like a little thing that can do that, and it's not too big. It should be able to land in pretty tight spots, like even on the Wayfarer. That's why I had that out there. I just wanted to see how the hangar or here is a problem though. I still, despite its small size, it still has difficulty fitting through 5x9 hangar doors, which I can't seem to make that work. I can get this like in, if you screw with it enough, you can get it in and park it, but then it's a pain in the butt to get it back out of the hangar door. So I don't know if that's really a recommended idea, but it doesn't need that huge of a landing pad for this thing, and it docks very flush. And I'm not exactly thrilled about the idea of ladders here on the side either. I wanted to put in ramp doors, and maybe I will do that again. The whole reason I did this is so it could, I don't know, I was worried about the ramps sticking out too far past the edge of the ship, causing it more blockage getting into like hangar doors and stuff like that. And that's why I got the ladders there right now. But yeah, that's kind of what I've been working on right now. I haven't started like any massive big projects. Just again like tooling around with what do I want to do here for this Scar station, which is going to be a little bit longer term thing. And I'm not sure. Like right now, it looked very wasteful. And I was like, yeah, I kind of wanted the Scar station to be a very more practical thing. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure exactly what I'm doing here. I just kind of wanted to see how I could make a I-beam look, and then if you had the base station all built at a 45-degree angle, and then you have these I-beams out the side, it could kind of have a neat look to it, I think, where it really takes you out of that voxel realm where it's you're having a hard time figuring out, how it's built, maybe, especially if you decide that, the straight-on view, like on one side or the other, is the front. And then you kind of look at the side pieces, like what blocks are those? Kind of a bit of an optical illusion is what I was trying, basically. So yeah, I'll keep on plugging away at all these things here and whatnot. Again, if I'll say this every video for a little bit. I got a little file now. When someone gives me heads up and comments to like a gem on the workshop that hasn't been noticed much or something like that, or something I haven't looked at in the past, or so, a nice quality creation. That if you let me know what that is in the links, I can search for it, or I'm sorry, in the comments, I can search for that on the Steam Workshop and then check it out. I'll probably do a video covering just a bunch of recommendations on like the hidden gems out there on the workshop. So it's a big workshop. There's a lot of creations. It would take a long time to find so many of them. So, I mean, with everyone out there, I'd be happy to do a video if I get enough of them kind of saved up. I'll just do a video on taking a look at recommended creations from from the general community. So that's kind of what I'm looking at doing. So anyway, I just wanted to let you know I'm still here working on stuff, and it's kind of nice to have this this big one done. I was really working on that for a long time, and now it's of course the POI. It's going to take some time to do the POI, but not near as much as creating the whole thing from scratch and building in the interior. So now I'm just doing mods to the existing structure, which tend to go a lot faster. I don't have to rebuild the whole thing, just little parts of it. And then this guy, I'll finish this one up. Maybe this will be my next release on the workshop. It would, because of the use of the small shield in it, though, it's going to force it to be Reforged Eden only, unless I gut that out of there. I guess it doesn't need it. I could remove the shield and the Pentaxa tank inside of this, and allow players to put that in after the fact. Then you could use this for vanilla. But the vanilla doesn't have this use of a shield. It only has the big ones, and this ship is not big enough to put a big shield in. Just a little shield like that. As in the landing gear thing too. Again, I'm trying to keep this really low profile. I don't like it necessarily sitting on the ground like that. I originally had 3 landing gear on here, 1 on the front, 2 on the back, but it just made it too tall. Trying to get through any kind of hangar doors. In fact, I was trying to park it in the Solaris station, and it's screwing up with that. And that's got the big force field opening door on it. But once I got rid of the landing gear and kept the 1 in the back and made it flush with the bottom floor, then I could park in the Solaris without any issues. And it's not that big. I mean, it would be a bigger size SV for sure, but it's a CV with 640K storage as opposed to a SV this size. I could probably get about 128K maybe tops in storage, and it would probably cost way more than what this does too for an SV with enough thrust power to move that and all that. So it's just more practical doing storage type units out of CVs. In fact, bases, I learned my lesson here with with this guy over here too, that especially in vanilla, bases aren't really a good platform for storage at all. You're better off with CVs. So yeah, I'm kind of looking at that. If you're going to do storage, really the CVs hands down beat out all other types of creations with what they can handle with storage and things like that. Of course, you're not going to be able to put in furnaces or base only type of things, but for straight up storage, they're just a better bang for the buck, I guess you could say. They do better. They can hold more. You can have way more storage on a CV than you can a base, even, and especially like SV or HV. So that's just my line of thinking. I don't mind that. It's not a big deal. And this one would probably be a transit of some type, and I'll probably human color it, but probably the newer human colors like the Trebuchet and the Solaris station were done in. Stuff like that. So anyway, y'all have yourself a good day. I will try to get another update here, and hopefully I can make some good progress in the next couple days here. That I wanted to get done. I wanted to push forward and try to get a lot more of this POI, ready. It's gonna take probably a good week or so for me to go through this whole thing and get it kind of set up the way I want. And then after that, it's gonna have to be tested and things like that too, to see how things actually work out. See how the spawners are doing. Is it a challenge? Is it too hard? Is it too easy? Stuff like that. Just trying to, again, at the end of the day, I want it fun. I want it not confusing, but I do want a lot of hidden little things in it. So the observant person that's not trying to speed run it might come across more loot and things like that. So stuff like that. Anyway, y'all have yourself a good day. I will talk to you later.